Can you feel your hip points sinking a little deeper into your seat or into your mat? And can you feel your ears growing a little taller to the ceiling or to the sky? And our book starts in the prologue with a little moment about Narcissus, the Greek fable or the Greek parable of Narcissus looking longingly into the lake at his own reflection. I know many of us are familiar with this story. And I know that this parable is meant to warn us about the dangers of narcissism, the dangers of loving yourself too much or admiring yourself too much. But in my humble regard, I think that in the year 2023, and especially as women, we could probably stand to love and admire and appreciate ourselves a little more. So I'd like you to take a moment and visualize your own face in front of you, as though you were looking into a mirror. Can you see the color of your eyes? Can you see the shape of your face? Can you see the wisps of your hair? The part of your lips? And can you give yourself permission in this moment to offer your own face a little loving admiration? Can you gaze upon your own beauty? And it might feel foreign, it might feel difficult. It might even be a little activating or a little upsetting. But see if perhaps you can name one thing you love about your face. And when you have, maybe your mirror zooms out. We can now see our full bodies. And can you continue this loving gaze, this sense of devotion, of honor, of joy upon looking at your own physical form? And this may be more or less challenging, but can we name for ourselves the parts of our body that we love? Can you love your feet for allowing you to stand strong, for carrying you through this earth? Can you love your legs for their strength, for their power, for their curves? Can you love your belly for teaching us to trust our gut instincts? Can you love your arms for how wide they can stretch and how tightly they can embrace? Can you love the vibration of your throat, allowing you to sing and speak? In a moment, when we begin to move, you can choose to hold on to this mirror image. Maybe imagining you were practicing in front of a mirror so that you could lovingly glance upon yourself throughout our yoga asana practice. Maybe in each posture or in each transition, there's something new to love. And maybe the awareness of ourselves as we move can deepen the connection we'll build to our practice. Give yourself one more big full inhale. On your exhale breath, send your own reflection so much love. Let your following inhale sweep fingertips out and overhead towards the ceiling. Exhale brings palms to touch, thumbs to your heart. And take just that movement and breath 2 more times. Inhale out and overhead. Exhale, draw it into your heart center. Inhale out and overhead. Exhale down. Maybe press your thumbs into your sternum, bow your chin into your chest, and let your fingertips find that space at the bridge of your nose or between your eyebrows. Maybe gently pressing into your third eye, that seed of intuition. And know that as we begin to move, what I would love for you this evening is to make your own decisions when and as best you can, just like the king suggests to Santiago. I'll offer you choices, I'll offer you options. But at the end of the day, the practice and the journey is your own. So make the decision that serves you. Listen to your own inner guide. And find the thing that will feel best for you. When you're ready, release your palms down to your lap and just start to take some slow and easy neck rolls. Imagine you had a unicorn horn and you were trying to carve the biggest circle you could around the room. When you're ready, switch directions. Take that unicorn horn the other way. And if you find there's a spot along the circle that needs a little extra love, a little extra attention or awareness, hang out right there for a breath. And then when you feel complete, let your chin drop back down to your chest. Take a big breath in across the back of your heart, right where your wings would be. Exhale, feel those wings soften. Inhale, lift your face up nice and easy. Maybe take a couple blinks, open up your eyes, and we're going to transition into a tabletop or all fours. So wherever you've got the space, find hands and knees. Palms are going to come under shoulders, knees are going to come under hips. We're going to root down through our shins, and we're going to start by rocking our hip creases right and left, kind of like we were skiing. You might take that rock right and left into a big full C curve, looking all the way over your shoulder with your heel. And then when you're ready, come back through neutral and find your cat-cows. Inhale, let your belly drop, your tail lift, your heart rise. Exhale, round your spine, scoop it under, look back between your knees. And take a few more of these with your breath. Inhale, open that front body. Exhale, open your back body. Take two more, just like this. And we'll come right back through the center line. We're gonna come to a puppy pose or a half dog. So our hips are gonna stay right over our knees. Our palms are gonna crawl forward. And our heart's gonna melt down towards the earth. You might rest your chin, your forehead, your cheek on the mat. Hips are rising high to the sky like a down dog. Heart is melting forward. In fact, the Sanskrit for this posture actually translates to melting heart pose. We call it puppy so that people understand that energy lift of your tailbone, but the true intention is the softening, the melting, the release across your heart to your anahata. Take one more breath like this. And we're gonna slither ourselves forward into a Sphinx pose. So we'll be on our bellies, our forearms under our shoulder, or our elbows under our shoulders, our forearms long, and our fingers wide. Pull your heart up and out through the gate of your biceps. And then bend your knees, and like a windshield wiper or like a mermaid, let your ankles drop right and left. If you want a little bonus brain yoga tonight, turn your chin the opposite direction your heels are moving. So look for them, but never find them. Give it one more each way. And bring yourself right back to center. Lower your toes down to the mat. We're gonna interlace our fingers, so pinky fingers down on the earth. We're gonna tuck our toes and we're gonna come up into a forearm plank. So fire up your arms, your legs, your belly. Find that line of energy from heels to shoulders. Ribs knit into center. Ears are long and away from the rest of your spine. Give it one round of breath. And then we're gonna find our way into a dolphin pose, which is just like down dog, but on those forearms. So hips are gonna pike high as our toes walk in. Head is loose and free. We can shake yes and no. Tailbone stretches up, 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 and knees might bend just a little bit. Feel your ribs pressing back towards your thighs. Feel the space being created across your shoulders. And maybe take a second and lift and lower your heels. See what that feels like. Take one more breath here. And then soften your heels, bend your knees, set your kneecaps down on the earth. Find your way back to your palms. And then come into that cat-cow again. Inhale, let's belly drop. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, stretch your right leg long to the wall behind you. Press your heel back like you were trying to make a footprint on the wall. Can you pull your ribs a little closer to the ceiling? And then when you feel steady, send your left arm forward like you were going to shake someone's hand. So opposite arm and leg being drawn apart. Take a big breath in. Exhale, set hand and knee down. And find your opposite side. Left leg stretches long like a cattail. Try to keep your hip points balanced like laser beams. And when you feel good, right arm extends, opposite arm and leg. Big breath in. Exhale, set it down. Come back to that first side when you're ready. Right leg, left arm extending. You're welcome to hang out right here in balance. This is plenty, I promise. If you want another little back bend here, bend that lifted knee, sole of the foot to the ceiling. Let your thumb travel like a hitchhiker thumb up and back and catch your outer ankle. If that feels good, kick your heel a little closer to the ceiling. Take a big inhale. Exhale, see if you can release with control back to that stretch and then lower down. Good, opposite side, left leg, right arm. Everything pulls apart. And maybe this balance is plenty. Maybe focusing on stability is enough. If you want the back bend, bend your knee. Thumb comes up and around, catch your outer ankle. Extend your heel a little higher. Let your upper body rotate to the right. Feel that stretch across your pec. And then unwind back through your reach. Set it all back down. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. When you land in that down dog, pedal out your knees, shake your head, bounce your heels, spread your fingers wide, maybe blow bubbles through your lips. Inhale is going to take us forward through plank or push-up. Exhale, on or off our knees. We're going to lower down to our bellies. Scoot your palms back an inch or two and use your inhale breath. Push the earth away. Find your cobra. There might still be a generous bend in your elbow. Arms might begin to straighten. Heart can pull forward and up, whether or not our pubic bone is touching the mat. Take a big breath in. And exhale, bring it back to your downward facing dog. Twice more, just like that. Inhale is going to take us forward. Exhale lowers us down. Inhale lifts your heart. Exhale lifts your hips. Last round. When you're ready, inhale forward. Exhale lower. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, Down Dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. From here, we're going to look at our thumbs. We're going to travel forward on our mat and land in a fold. And we'll hang out in this fold for just a moment. So let your head shake yes and no. Maybe catch your elbows and let your upper body rock right and left. Soften your knees, drop your hands to the mat, tuck your tail and roll up to standing, sweeping the ceiling with your arms as you do. Exhale, thumbs find your heart. Good. Inhale, reach arms up and overhead again. Exhale, bring thumbs to heart center. Inhale, take them up and overhead. And then this time, let your right hand reach behind you, find the back of your right thigh, and stretch up and back on the diagonal. Inhale back through the middle. Exhale, left hand finds left thigh. Reach up and back on the diagonal. Take that again. Inhale, two hands high. Exhale, right arm back. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale through center. This time on your exhale, forward fold down to your toes. Inhale, palms on your shins, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch for the ceiling. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Inhale, take it out and overhead. Exhale, dive it down to your toes. Inhale, lengthen halfway, strong belly.
And then on your exhale, bring your fingertips to the mat, take your right toes, step onto the back edge, swivel that heel down and rise up into a warrior one. So belly button's pointing at the top right corner of your mat. Your front foot might need to heel toe out a little bit for space. Shoulders drop out of your ears and ribs come into that same straight line as shoulders and hips. Take a big breath in right here. On your exhale, let your right hand find the back of your right thigh. Reach up and back, little back bend. Inhale, bring it to center, 2 hands overhead. This time, exhale, interlace both hands behind you. Stretch your knuckles down to your back heel, lift your heart a little prouder, and then bow into your humble warrior. Heart rests at inner thigh. Thumbs might stay connected to your spine, or they might stretch to the ceiling. Use inner thighs to balance, toes to balance. Take 1 round of breath. Bring your thumbs back to your spine. Use your inhale, rise to the ceiling. Exhale, take 2 hands down to the earth. Swivel onto the ball of your back foot so you're in a high runner's lunge. And take a twist, right palm down, left palm high, belly to your thigh. Maybe our nose looks up at our top thumb, maybe our bottom thumb. Take 1 big breath in, and exhale, set this top hand down, step back to your plank, and find your own way to downward facing dog. Maybe it's some cat-cows, maybe it's a flow, chaturanga cobra, and back again. Maybe it's a direct path straight to down dog, or maybe there's a rest stop in child's pose. Take 1 more breath, whatever you've chosen for yourself. And then from here, our right heel is going to find the ceiling, 3-legged dog. And then we're going to open it up like a scorpion tail. Bend your knees and kneecap to the ceiling. Pubic bone rotates to the right. Ankle can circle behind you. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, circle sweep this hip around like a frog leg or a fire hydrant. Bring your thigh into your belly and your shoulders over your wrist for thunderbolt. Inhale, press it back, extend through that 3-legged dog, and then open up into scorpion tail. Exhale, circle that thigh around, bring it to your belly, shoulders forward like a thunderbolt. 1 more time, inhale, up and back, open it out. Exhale, rotate it around, bring it forward. And then this time, set your shin down between your thumbs. We're gonna find a swan pose. So swan pose, our hips sitting right on top of our heel. Our shin and our thigh are stacked, and our back leg is long like a tail. Fingertips might find the earth a little bit in front of our knees, or a sneaky secret, if you want more stretch and more balance, can you walk your hands back and stack your shoulders over your hips? You can stay wherever you are with those hands, forward or back, whatever feels best. And then if you want to add a little dynamic strength, on your inhale breath, bend your back knee, try to bring your heel to your booty. Exhale, let it lower. Take that a couple more times with your breath. If you're feeling really powerful and you want to keep taking that balance to the next level, maybe extend your arms to the ceiling. Maybe hold your own hand and take a Charlie's Angels gun high. Wherever you are, give it 2 more breaths, whether it's dynamic and moving, whether it's still and stable. And then set those back toes down, set your hands down. We're just gonna let our right hip drop off to the side of our right heel. And that left leg's gonna swing around and come to the outer edge of our right thigh. So we're sitting kind of like a pretzel. We've got 1 down. We're going to give ourselves a big breath in. And then exhale, twist over your left shoulder. Give yourself a big ol' hug. Think about sitting up as tall as you can. Maybe turning your chin all the way to the wall behind you. Take another breath like this. Unwind find your belly back to face your thigh, face the front. We're going to keep getting really pretzeled here. So our right hand is going to find the outer edge of our left foot. Our left hand is going to find the big toe side of that foot. And we're going to bring that heel right in front of us, knee bent, thigh pressing into our belly. If this feels good, stay here. This is lots of balance. If you want a little deeper stretch in your shoulders and in your hamstrings, extend that heel up and away. So our wrists are crossed, and that's creating a little bit of space in the back of our scapula, kind of like when we've got that cat-like spine. And if you flex your toes, if you bring your toes closer to your face and your heel further away, it's going to deepen that stretch in your hamstring, in your IT band, in your calf, your Achilles. Give it one big breath in right here. And then on your exhale, bend that knee back. Set your sole of the foot down on the ground. We're going to take a little bit of a funky transition. We're going to shift our weight forward. Bring two hands onto the mat, frame that front left foot, and then step your back toes back towards the back edge of the mat. So we've landed in a high runner's lunge or a crescent lunge, and we're going to come back into a twist. So rotate your belly towards your inner thigh and extend one arm up, up, up. Maybe look up at that top thumb, maybe look down at your bottom thumb. Take a big breath in. Exhale, set your top hand down, step forward towards the top edge of your mat, and land in a fold. Inhale is going to lift us halfway, flat back. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come all the way up, reach for the sky. This time on your exhale, send your palms towards me, take a cactus arm, and find a little back bend, bringing your sternum and your ribs forward and your chin up. Inhale, reach back for the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold down to your toes. Inhale, halfway lengthen, flat back. Exhale, come to fingertips. This time, our left toes find the back edge of our mat. Swivel that heel down and lift up through warrior one. Shoulders come out of your ears, press into your back pinky toe, and see if you can lift your belly button up towards your heart. Good. From here, left hand finds the back of left thigh. Reach up and out into that back bend. Inhale, drags back to the ceiling. Exhale, find hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Maybe take your funky thumb on top, whichever one doesn't feel right. And then stretch your knuckles down to your back heel. Take a big breath in and then exhale, bow into that inner thigh, humble warrior. Inner thigh squeeze together for balance, toes grip for balance, and if you want a little more, knuckles shoot to the ceiling. Remember that you're always, always responsible for your own decisions here. So if something doesn't feel good, even if you did it on the side before, does not mean you have to do it again. Let your thumbs come back to your spine. Use your inhale breath, rise tall to the ceiling. Exhale, two hands frame your front foot. Swivel onto the ball of your back foot. Find that high runner's lunge and come into your twist. Left palm down, right palm high. Belly button to inner thigh. Nose can look at either thumb. Think about your back heel scooching further away from you. Your front kneecap scooching further away from you. Take a big breath in and then on your exhale, plant your hands. Step back into your plank and make your own way to down dog. Maybe it's a flow, maybe it's a cat-cow, maybe it's a drink of water, maybe it's a direct course, a one-way ticket straight to down dog. Good. From down dog, our left heel is going to find the ceiling, three-legged dog, and then open up into our scorpion tail. Take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, wrap that thigh out and around. Bring it to your belly, shift your weight over your wrists. Inhale, press it back up. Find that scorpion tail. Exhale, circle it through and drive forward. Inhale, up, back, and open. Exhale, around, contract, and come forward. And set that shin down between your thumbs. Back tail might scooch a little further away from you. Maybe your swan has a really long tail. Our hips resting on our heels. Our fingertips might be forward, or our wings might be tucked back, creating a little bit of balance. Maybe we're finding stillness and deep stretch and support right here. Or maybe we're taking dynamic action and movement by inhaling to bend that back knee, exhaling to set it down. Notice what each choice means to you. Are we looking for ease? Are we looking to work out some cobwebs, to blow the dust bunnies out of the corners? Take about 3 more breaths, whether we're taking hamstring curls or not. And then you've also got that bonus balance challenge, maybe extending fingertips long, maybe taking that Charlie's Angels gun. I know personally, the balance doesn't feel so great on this side, so I'm gonna make a different choice. The next time your toe taps down, stay there. Let this left hip drop to the side of your left heel, and that right leg's gonna swing around, come across. Nice little pretzel shape right here. We're gonna inhale, sit up a little taller, and exhale, give yourself a hug, rotate over that right shoulder. Think about how tall we can sit here, how proud of ourselves we can be. Maybe we're still holding on to that mirror image of ourselves. What do we look like? All twisted up like a pretzel, all bound. What does it feel like to give yourself a hug like this? Unwind belly to thigh. We're gonna take left hand to the pinky toe side of your foot, right hand to the big toe side of your foot, and set your thigh against your belly. Heel presses straight ahead. See if we can sit up nice and tall here, take shoulders out of our ears. Take a big breath in, and maybe it's all about balance and support and connection. Or maybe we want to deepen that stretch by extending your heel. Breathe into the back of your heart, right where your wings would be. Envision yourself in your mirror. Find something to love, something to adore, something to feel proud of and devoted to. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, set that foot down. We're gonna shift our weight forward, 2 hands on the mat. Right foot stays planted so our left toes can step back into that high runner's crescent lunge. We're coming back into our twist, left palm down, right palm high. Feel space between your wrists, space between your shoulders. Take a big breath in. Exhale, set that hand down, step back into your plank. And we're gonna find our own way into a child's pose this time. So maybe it's a flow, maybe it's a plank hold, maybe you wanna repeat that dolphin pose we've already done, or the Sphinx pose we've already done. Whatever it is for you, take your own path there. Once you arrive into that child's pose, hips on your heels, thighs wide, belly low. Remind yourself how much closer you are to your destination. There's a moment in the book I really love where Santiago laments that he's only traveled 2 hours from home. And then he reframes his thinking to remind himself that he is 2 hours closer to his treasure. And he says, even though that 2 hours spanned an entire year, there's no difference. It's still progress. When you're ready, we'll start to peel forward through a tabletop and kick our toes to the side and find our way all the way down to our spine. Hug your knees in nice and tight. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rock right and left. Maybe draw little butterflies on the ceiling. Switch directions. We're going to set our feet down on the earth and take a pigeon pose right here. So cross right ankle over left thigh. Open that right knee wide like a triangle. And then thread the needle, interlacing your fingers behind the left thigh. If you need a pillow or a cushion under your head or neck, feel free. See if you can create a little softness around your jaw, around your forehead. Can you tap back into that third eye, that intuitive center? And maybe ask yourself, what do I need right now? Perhaps there's an answer. Maybe you need to soften your shoulders. Maybe you need to flex your right toes. Maybe you need to wiggle a little bit, or maybe you need to find stillness. When you're ready, release your hands, unwind your legs, and take your opposite side, left ankle over right, open wide like a triangle. Maybe the choice is to thread the needle and interlace fingers behind your right thigh. But again, each side of our body is so different. For me, this side feels considerably tighter, considerably less accessibility. So as I lay here, I'll ask myself, what do I need? Do I need to release my hands and set my right foot down? Do I need to adjust the position of my left heel? Do I need to tap deeply into my breath or relax my belly? Whatever that answer is for you, listen to it. Make that decision for yourself. Trust your instincts here. Take another big inhale, and then when you're ready, let this side go, unwind. Once more, ask yourself what it is you need to feel complete. What final movements or actions will serve your practice best? Maybe it's a round of twists. Maybe it's something like a butterfly or bound angle posture with feet together, knees wide. Maybe happy baby, knees to the mat, heels to the ceiling. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe your practice feels complete and you're ready to land in your Shavasana, your corpse pose. Again, whatever choice you're making, remember that the decision is only the first step. From there, follow through with your instinct. And if you're doing something that requires two sides, make sure you find the other side. When you feel ready, allow yourself to recline on your spine. Feel arms and legs outstretched and open. Feel your neck long and your nose lifted. And take a big breath into your belly. Maybe let it all go with a sigh.
And then perhaps you're able to see yourself in that mirror again, as though the mirror were above you on the ceiling. And you could see the full length of yourself. Can you scan from toes to hips and watch your legs in the mirror get softer? Watch your legs in the mirror find a greater sense of ease. Can you scan from fingertips to shoulders and watch your arms in your reflection? Release and relax a little more. Can you scan from tailbone to ears? Seeing the rise and fall of your breath in your belly. Maybe seeing the rhythm of your heartbeat in your sternum. Seeing the quiver, the vibration of breath in your throat and in your nose. Finally, scan across your face. Watching your reflection drift gently into a sense of ease. And can you take in how beautiful your body at peace is? Can you sit in adoration, in devotion, in true love for your own presence, for your own rest? You are welcome to stay reclined, to rest in this shape for as long as you need. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to deepen your breath into your belly. Find a little wiggle at fingers and at toes. Maybe swallow or lick your lips. And stretch arms long to the wall behind you. In your own time, curl your thighs into your belly. Give yourself a big ol' hug. Once more, whisper to yourself, I love you. You can gently roll to one side, maybe finding a couple blinks, a couple breaths. And in your own way, your own space, you can begin to rise to a seat and give yourself a little moment to regroup and resettle.